Welcome to The Explainer. We're all about breaking down big, complex topics into something you can really get your head around.
I mean, you can't escape it, right? Weight loss shots, anti-aging creams, those muscle-building supplements, peptides are absolutely everywhere. But what even are they? Is all this hype for real? Well, today we're going to cut right through all that noise. We'll get into the science, the real promise, and yeah, the risks behind this massive wellness trend. Okay, so let's start with the big question. Why now? What's with all the buzz? Why is everyone talking about peptides all of a sudden? You see it all over social media, right? Celebrities, fitness influencers, they're all pushing peptides as this miracle tool for, well, pretty much everything. Building muscle, recovering from injuries faster, even turning back the clock on aging. The market is just exploding. But to really understand what's going on, we gotta go back to basics. Right, so before we get into all the products you can buy, let's talk about the peptides you already have inside your own body. Because look, they're not just some new trend, they're absolutely fundamental to life itself.
So at its most basic level, a peptide is just a short chain of amino acids. Think of it like this. If amino acids are letters of the alphabet, then peptides are like short specific words. And those words are the building blocks for much bigger things, proteins. And this is where the magic happens. It's called the peptide bond. See how that carboxyl group on one amino acid links up with the amino group on another? They connect, a little water molecule pops out, and bam, you get this incredibly strong, stable chain. It's this one simple connection that's the foundation for literally thousands of things happening in your body right now. And this slide really gets to the heart of the difference between peptides and proteins. It's all about scale and what they do. Peptides are the short, nimble ones. I love this analogy. They're like little text messages zipping around telling cells exactly what to do. Proteins, on the other hand, they're the big, complex structures that do the heavy lifting, like actually building the muscle tissue the peptide told them to build. Same building blocks, totally different jobs. And I mean, just look at this list. Look at all the jobs they're doing inside you 24/7. Your body is making thousands of different peptides. They're acting as hormones, like insulin. They're sending signals all over the place. They regulate your metabolism, your appetite, your immune system. They even help your blood clot. Seriously, they are the tiny messengers running the whole show. Okay, so if our bodies are already these amazing peptide-making factories, the next question for science was pretty obvious, right? Can we harness that power? Can we make our own peptides to achieve specific goals? Let's take a look. Skincare is a perfect example of how targeted this can get. It's literally like sending a text message directly to your skin cells. You've got signal peptides that text your skin and say, hey, make more collagen. Then there are these neurotransmitter inhibitors, like arginine, that send a different text. Okay, muscles, just relax a little bit, which helps smooth out wrinkles. It's not just slapping on a cream. It's a really strategic way of talking to your skin. And then, of course, there's the big one, the one everyone's talking about, weight loss. This is where peptides called GLP-1 receptor agonists come in. You've heard the names. Semaglutide, that's the stuff in Ozempic. What they do is mimic a natural hormone that tells your brain you're full and helps manage your blood sugar. It's a powerful way to tap into your body's own appetite control system. Now, over in the world of athletics and fitness, you hear a lot about a different class of peptides called growth hormone secretagogues, or GHS for short. You can think of these as a wake-up call for your pituitary gland. Peptides like CJC-1295 are designed to basically tell your body, hey, let's release a little more of our own natural growth hormone. And that can help with building muscle, burning fat, and recovering faster. Okay, but this is where the story takes a sharp turn. Because with all this incredible promise comes a really big problem, a huge, unregulated market with some very, very serious risks. And really, the core of the issue is a total lack of oversight. When you're buying this stuff online, especially the injectable kind, you're stepping into what one board-certified dermatologist, Dr. Lauren Fine, calls, well, she puts it perfectly. And this is maybe the most important thing to get. Some peptides, like semaglutide, are actual FDA-approved prescription drugs, but so many of the others you see all over the internet, like BPC-157, which is super popular for recovery, are not. They have not been reviewed by the FDA for safety or to see if they even work in humans. That means the benefits are just claims, and the long-term risks are a complete mystery. And since there's no regulation, all we have to go on are stories. anecdotal reports of side effects, and they can be anything from some pain and swelling where you inject it to much bigger problems like fatigue, headaches, or stomach issues. But here's the scary part. Because these products aren't standardized, you have no idea what the real dose is, how pure it is, or if the stuff in the vial is even what the label says it is. It makes it totally impossible to know what you're putting in your body.
And Dr. Fine really drives this point home. It's not just one unregulated thing. It's two. You have an unregulated treatment, the peptide itself, often being made in an unregulated compounding pharmacy. It's too many unknowns, way too many for most doctors to feel safe about. Okay, so we've covered a lot. The science, the promise, the wild west of it all. So what's the bottom line here? What's the big takeaway from all this? Well, first, I think it's super important to keep two categories separate in your mind. You've got endogenous peptides, that's the stuff your body makes all by itself. Then you have exogenous peptides. That's anything you get from an outside source, whether it's food, a supplement, or a therapy. We absolutely need the first kind to live. The second kind, well, that's an intervention. So, at the end of the day, you kind of have to hold two competing ideas in your head at the same time. On one hand, yes, peptides are these amazing, essential molecules with incredible therapeutic potential. But, on the other hand, the commercial market for them is a high-risk, unregulated jungle. That's why the single most important thing, the absolute bottom line, is to talk to a qualified healthcare provider before you even think about trying any kind of peptide therapy. And that really leaves us with the final question, doesn't it? Peptides are absolutely essential to life, no doubt. But are all these peptide products out there essential for your life? Just because something is fundamental to biology doesn't automatically mean a synthetic, unregulated version of it is right for you. And hopefully, this explainer has given you a better framework to think about that critically.